Hi everyone. Hope you're all well and keeping away from this virus. As we're all locked in, I thought it might be a good idea just to show you a campaign that we've been running um, for a part-time remote salesperson. So we're a small agency, basically needed some help but couldn't justify hiring a full-time salesperson. So we built a campaign to attract people that might be interested working from home part-time, and the response has been pretty crazy. So we've generated over 500 leads for about 20p per lead, and ran the campaigns in both the UK and South Africa as well. And what we've been really surprised by is the quality of the candidates that are coming through. So if you can imagine, like, stay-at-home mum and dads that used to work in a full-time sales career, maybe they worked in recruitment, real estate, worked in B2B, perhaps they worked in a call center, that are no longer working but would love the extra hours and the flexibility of remote working from home. And the response rate has been incredible. So I thought I'd run through some of these campaigns and give you the exact strategy that we use to give you some sort of inspiration when everything calms down a little bit, and maybe you're in a similar position to us where you can't really justify getting a full-time salesperson in, but getting someone on part-time, maybe 3-4 hours a day, could transform the sales that you're doing in your business. So I'll click here, just show you the breakdown of what we're doing. This is a CBO campaign on Facebook, and we just targeted obvious interests, sales and administrative roles, telemarketing, people that had an interest in part-time roles, people that were stay-at-home mums, and basically we spent about £100 in total for 500 leads. So this particular campaign in the UK targeted within 40 miles of where we're located in Cambridge, and I'll show you the ad. Again, it's super simple. We're hiring, giving them a breakdown of what the hours are, the pay, and a little bit more information after that about what it is that they'll actually be doing. So if they're interested, they'd basically click this link and they'd be redirected to a simple page that we built inside ClickFunnels. And if they're interested, they could read a little bit more about the role and again hit apply. Upon hitting apply, they're redirected to a type form which gathers a little bit more information about what their current situation is, what their preferred hours are, do they have any experience in sales, which hours would be preferable for them, just information that we could gather to then make a bit more of an informed decision of whether or not we'd want to interview this person. So we received a huge amount of applications, and we'd basically offer interviews based on what people inserted into this column here. So you can see straight away, I'm a very experienced contact center manager, over 15 years sales experience. We were worried that we were going to be spending money on very low quality leads, but it turned out that we were getting some people that might have been made redundant from, like, Thomson. One lady stayed at home whilst her husband owned an agency, and she used to call a load of leads, and now she wasn't really doing anything. So for 3-4 hours a day, she said she'd love to call leads, especially with the opportunity to make a little bit of commission and stuff. So it worked really, really well. And I think, after this sort of crisis has passed us, I think remote working is going to, the demand for it's going to increase. So once we'd offered them an interview, we'd send them this email. Good news, based on the application submitted, we'd like to schedule you in for an interview. They simply click this link and it redirects them to a Calendly, and they basically schedule a date and time that works for them. So I'll just quickly show you what happens once they submit this, because we created a thank you page that basically had the script. So we wanted to make sure that they were prepared for the interview so that we could test out what their tonality is like, how they come across over the phone, just to make sure again that it was a good fit. And then after this interview, we would then arrange a second interview, like a final interview with a short list of candidates that we thought would be suitable for the role. So you can see here they land on this page. It's got a video showing them what the script is like, if it's ever going to load. and then again it has the script here. So we want to make sure that they're prepared for this. If they haven't taken the time to look through the script and perhaps practice it when we've asked them to, then they're probably not going to be a great candidate in the long term. So this is another sort of filter to say, okay, did you have a look at the script? Are you ready to go over it over the interview? If they're not, then they're probably not going to be, they haven't got off to the best start, put it that way. And then once we hired them, we'd basically give them login access to a piece of software that's called Adversis. So I had to look high and wide for this particular software because we do hotkeys. So we generate leads and then we send them across to our client on a live call. And there were very limited options, but I found this Danish startup, and basically all the leads are imported into this database in real time, and then it's like an online dialer. So the salesperson works from home using their laptop, and as long as they've got a good internet connection, there's no need for getting phone lines set up and expensive phone systems. I think I pay like £160 a month for this software, and it's unlimited calls to the UK and the US. So it's pretty amazing. Obviously, all the calls can be recorded. I've got a drop down here based on the outcome of the call. So when they click success, that means that the lead was successfully transferred through. And then I've got like a dashboard where I can review the performance on a daily basis. So I can make sure that they're, first of all, calling the leads like they should be, identify calls that didn't get transferred but were picked up, and then maybe listen to them and find out why the salesperson struggled to transfer that particular call. So, this software wouldn't be possible, I don't think, if we were doing remote part-time. If we were doing remote sales without this technology, it would be very difficult to find out whether or not the salesperson's doing what they said they were going to do. And it enables us just to track everything and make sure that we're not hindering our conversion rates by outsourcing someone part-time. So this worked really well, and you can do this for not only salespeople, but you could do this for VAs and other things like that. But I thought it'd be useful, especially now that we've all got a bit of downtime. I think this is something that's gonna really pick up in the coming months when this passes. I think remote working is something that a lot of industries will start moving into. Seems to already working for SaaS companies, but I'm blabbering on now, I'm rambling. I'm going to leave this with you. If you've got any questions, let me know, but I hope you find it useful. Cheers. And